What if nothing comes back from marketing?
Well, that's actually the classic scenario. From marketing, you often end up with very few addresses, to be honest. Especially for smaller companies, this is a real pain point. Sales reps really wish the pipeline would pick up and more qualified opportunities would start flowing in steadily. I hear it again and again from clients. Sales blames marketing and says they'd happily close more deals if only, but nothing comes in, so they can't do anything, and they've got so few leads and so on. And honestly, that doesn't help anyone. But in Mr. James itself, we've got plenty of marketing features, real tools to help you figure out how to get new contacts, from social media marketing to push notifications, all the way to email marketing. We've got a really broad range of functions built right in, giving your team the power to take action. And yes, the sales team can use them too, no extra setup needed. So if I need new contacts, I can always rely on a wide range of effective ways to generate them successfully. Just make use of the opportunities Mr. James offers. That way I can get new contacts right away and actually use them. No more sitting around waiting for that long-awaited email from the marketing team with an updated and verified address list. Because that's every salesperson's ultimate dream, something that, let's be honest, hardly ever actually becomes reality.
Yeah, I get it, but let's be real, marketing always takes time and effort and comes with costs no matter how you slice it. What if I simply don't have the budget for something like this at the moment?
Yeah, if you don't have a budget to do marketing at all and you're simply unable to run any marketing, like you can't pay for social media ads, you can't do direct mail, you just don't have access to those options at all. No matter how hard you try, plain and simple, it's just out of reach right now. To do marketing at all, then you can still every time count on Mr. James. There are even tools included that are specifically designed to help you generate solid, high quality contacts for the Calder quiz. There's a feature in Mr. James called Lead Booster. The Lead Booster is a powerful function you can use when you're logged into Mr. James and log in. You'll instantly see a special lead of the day pop up right on the home screen every single morning. And this lead of the day is a contact who's completely unknown within the company, just a fresh, entirely new Calder contact waiting to be discovered. But who fits the target audience perfectly? In Mr. James, you can set your target group. The AI learns and refines it over time, accurately identifying which companies are the best match for your business. And based on that target audience, Mr. James then suggests new contacts for you. And that's always this thing. I always say it's the essential background buzz every salesperson needs to stay on track, so they wouldn't even think of saying, yeah, I don't have any new contacts. I can't do anything. With this lead booster feature, our goal is to inspire salespeople to consistently pick up the phone and make at least one meaningful contact every single day. So if you're having a tough day and nothing's going your way, just grab at least that one contact handed to you in Mr. James showing up the lead of the day. Try to close that one. Give them a call, send a letter, follow up with the client, even drive there if you have to. But that's really the absolute minimum I always think about. Okay, it would genuinely make sense to at least take that first step, have daily contact, and over time, you'll naturally build up real momentum. Trust me, that consistency will pay off and something's genuinely bound to happen. If you want to speed things up, if you're aiming for even more contacts and you figure, okay, one contact a day just isn't enough, which honestly makes perfect sense, then we've got another powerful feature called Lead Prospector. The Lead Prospector is a tool that allows me to actively search and retrieve addresses directly from the web. So I can select an industry, then set the company size, location, and other details as well. And then Mr. James gives me addresses for that target group completely free of charge. And I can get in touch with those people whenever I want. So even if marketing doesn't deliver those warmed up leads, I still have these reliable and proven options always within reach. To get fresh contacts, to get new addresses, they're completely cold, of course. These people have never heard of me, don't know my product at all, but I can still use them effectively for pure, straight up cold outreach with the right approach and the right mindset.
Can I simply give these contacts a call or send them an email to get in touch?
Yeah, that's always a bit of a sensitive topic, of course. There are quite a few legal aspects tied up with it. Definitely something to watch out for. If I'm handling B2B sales, so that means selling exclusively to other businesses as a company, and if I'm looking to acquire new business clients, then reaching out with a phone call is perfectly fine. Then I can simply pick up the phone and try reaching the customer directly, no appointments needed. When selling to private individuals, things get significantly more complex. I really need to stay on my toes to avoid any data privacy violations or accidentally stepping into the territory of unfair competition practices, which could cause serious issues down the line. So yeah, you really need to be careful. Especially with emails, since costly cease and desist letters can pop up fast if you email contacts you don't know. Of course, it's always super tempting because the effort is relatively low and there are basically no costs involved. I can just send out emails at no cost at all. But there's a real risk that someone might actually feel harassed and end up sending me a formal cease and desist letter through their lawyer, which could cause real trouble, which I'd then have to pay for. So it can get really expensive really fast, and if in one mailing, I don't know, 3 or 4 contacts do that, it suddenly gets seriously costly. So then it's really, yeah, the campaign probably didn't pay off in the end, unless all the other customers end up buying or all the other contacts actually convert in a big way, which would be ideal. Otherwise, that's obviously a pretty big risk. What almost always works, though, is sending out a post-mailing campaign. So if I've got these postal addresses on file, I can always send out a direct mail campaign. Mr. James offers a really great and powerful feature for creating direct mailings too. Direct mailings always sound so outdated, right? I mean, I grab a little piece of paper and then send off a carrier pigeon to gently drop it right into the recipient's mailbox over there. But let's be real. Under today's legal framework, it's still the most legally solid and reliable method for running effective marketing campaigns without risking any nasty cease and desist letters. And that's why classic direct mail advertising remains one of the most reliable methods that truly delivers results, even in today's digital world. I kind of find it sad, honestly, especially from an environmental standpoint. It's definitely not the marketing method with the lowest emissions. But it's simply a proven way to reach out to completely new contacts, people I've never had any contact with before, and just send them my offer straight to their mailbox. In Mr. James, we actually have a built-in feature for these mailings, for example, to add QR codes right onto them. So if I'm running these mailing campaigns and pair them with a flow form or a landing page, I can easily add a QR code linking straight to the landing page right on the letter, super convenient and effective. The QR code is personalized for each recipient, and the moment they scan it, I instantly know exactly who scanned it. Every single scan is fully traceable and recorded in real time for precise follow-up. So I don't just know it's been scanned 20 times, I actually know exactly which 20 contacts took the step to scan it down to the very last one, and that gives me contacts again. Ones who are already warmed up, because I know, okay, they've shown interest, they wouldn't have scanned the QR code if they weren't interested in my product, and that's why. It's such a great and effective way to do marketing, plus it's super convenient and effortless, making it a real no-brainer and a smart choice. Of course it costs money, but let's be honest, it's a really convenient option compared to picking up the phone and making calls manually every single time. So calling is definitely more effort, and especially for the salesperson, it takes way more energy and time compared to just quickly putting together and sending out a post mailing. But yeah, absolutely. Phone calls really are the creme de la creme, I'd have to say. They're simply in a league of their own, no doubt about it. And with phone calls, yeah, I naturally have high bounce rates too, but nowhere near as high as with post mailing. So if I send out a direct mail campaign to 1,000 recipients, I'm really only looking at a response rate of about 0.something%. The dropout rate when making phone calls isn't nearly that high, even though the effort involved in calling is obviously much greater.
Mr. James, the sales software for getting new customers